Hi, my name is Mike and I'm the skipper of Seefahrt. Welcome to my Approach pilot series that will take you step by step to the world's marinas and anchorages. Today I'm going to take you to Kourou in French Guyana. This nice little town is a great stop no matter if you go from South America to Caribbean or vice versa. It is also home to Ariane spaceport, and if you're lucky, you'll make it to one of the launches. When you're about to approach Kourou, then the Guiana Current is a well-known companion to you, either as your best friend when you're coming from the south, or your worst enemy when you're coming from the north. It sets northwest and is very powerful, about 2 to 3.5 knots, and you better consider it when you enter the channel. Also, there is quite a few uncharted areas in the area of Kourou. I would recommend to avoid them completely, but there are no-go zones, so you can enter them with great care. I used both Navionics and CMAP, and both charts are very reliable in this area. You can trust them pretty much. There are a few dangerous rocks and wrecks in the area, so you better avoid them at great distance. Some of them are marked, but not all of them. French Guyana is France, is part of France, and Kourou is an official port of entry. So if Kourou is your first port in French Guyana, you can easily clear in here. There is a well-marked and lit channel, so approach is straightforward and also possible at night. The anchorages in Kourou are in Kourou River, with extended shoals at its estuary. A well-dredged buoy channel leads through this shoal, and a good approach waypoint is buoy K0 at 5 degrees 13.6 minutes north and 52 degrees 36.0 minutes west. But depending on your draft and if you're coming from the south, there's a potential shortcut. If you're coming from the north, I would not recommend to take a shortcut, even though both Navionics and CMAP have proven to be pretty accurate. The depth in the shoal is rarely updated, and there are also used as dumping ground for the dredgers, so better err on the safe side. If you're coming from the south, it is safe to approach the buoy pair K3 and K4. I would not recommend to turn into the channel further south than that. The channel is dredged on a frequent basis. However, I recommend to enter the channel at high water ± 2 hours only. Optimal would be high water -1, when the tide will softly push you upriver. Be careful between K10 and K12. There will be some half-submerged rocks on your port side. The shoal is reaching very close to the channel. These rocks are called roches la folle and only break the surface around low tide. Other than that, your passage through the channel is straightforward, and the channel is well lit. Arrival at night is no problem at all. Just be careful of some boats anchoring without anchor lights. A good anchorage is between buoy K21 and K23 on both sides of the channel. Please don't anchor inside the channel. There is occasional commercial traffic going up and down the river. I've already mentioned some hazards, but here I want to point them out one by one again. Along the coast of French Guiana and also around Kourou, there are plenty of unsurveyed areas. If you enter them, do so with extreme caution. There are also quite a few dangerous shoals and rocks and wrecks in the area. As far as I know, they are all marked on the charts, however, it's hard to make them out visually. During space rocket launches from the spaceport in Kourou, the complete coastline around Kourou is restricted area, up to 8 nautical miles out. Also, the Sailboat Islands and 25 nautical miles west are restricted area 24 hours before and after the scheduled rocket launch. The French Navy will inform with security radio calls and will have ships out there to enforce the restrictions. You cannot anchor at Sailboat Islands during the rocket launch. You're well advised to check the launch schedule in advance and avoid trouble. As I mentioned before, the best anchorage is between buoy K21 and K23. You can also drop your anchor further downriver, but the further upriver the more protected you're going to be. At K21 there are 2 small pontoons. The left one belongs to the local fishermen, the other one to the Spaceport's Yacht Club. Docking your boat there is not possible, unless for a very limited amount of time, for example loading or unloading heavy items when the catamaran that brings tourists to the Sailboat Islands is gone. But mostly there won't be a spot available. Fishermen don't like if you moor your dinghy there. The Spaceport Yacht Club is very welcoming. They allow you to moor your dinghy at their pontoon, replenish fresh water and dispose of your trash. The anchorage is at a water depth between 2 and 6 meters on mud. Provides good holding ground, but make sure you set enough chain to allow for the tides to change. Wind is mainly from east and can get pretty strong during one of the frequent thunderstorms. Take care that you don't anchor in the channel or swing into the channel. There is quite some traffic from the little customs and commercial port 1 mile upriver. The Spaceport's Yacht Club is happy to provide dinghy mooring, fresh water and waste disposal for free. For everything else, you just rely on yourself. There is a nearby bakery. The next supermarket is a leader price, approximately 1.5 kilometer walk. There is a pharmacy and a gas station at around 500 meters from the marina. The ATMs are a little hidden and Google Maps is not accurate. Please refer to this little map for the closest ATM, and if you need a rental car, please use the Thrifty 6 location here. The Hertz station that is closer to the marina never had any cars available, and the dollar station that Google Maps shows simply does not exist. Kourou is an official port of entry. However, to find a customs office in Kourou is quite a challenge. The easiest way is to take your dinghy about a mile upriver to the Coast Guard pontoon just before the road bridge. From there it's about 1 kilometer to the customs office. The procedure is straightforward, the people are very friendly. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and check out the other Sailors and Seadogs videos. See you next time.